you're on right here, right now. Howl at your Wolfman.
I'd rather not.
What's your deal?
It only just happened to me. I was a little shaken up.
Well, then Dr. Wolfman's in the house to give you some therapy, kid. Lay it on, man.
Okay, the name's Joan, by the way.
Hi, Joan.
Yeah, I was in Philly a few days ago for a business trip, staying with some friends. I have trouble sleeping anyway, but I really have trouble getting sleep when I'm traveling. I want to be all fresh for my meeting the next day, so I tried to expend all the energy I could by going out the night before. My friends and I went to the bar, we ate and drank, we saw the city and everything. But when I made it back to that place, I still couldn't sleep at all. I was tossing and turning for hours, and I was ready to stop banging my head on the wall.
Oh, bless you.
Until I heard the car turn into the driveway. I got up to see it was coming around so late at night, and when I looked out the window, I saw the car. It was a long black hearse. There was probably 7 or 8 people in there. The driver looked up at me. He was hideous. I can't even describe it, but just looking at me made me want to throw up. He smiled this horrifying rictus at me and tipped his hat and said, "We're going out. There's room for one more." He waited a minute or two, the driver, and when I didn't respond, he just drove away. The next morning I told my friends about it, and they said I must have been dreaming. I mean, okay, I have sleep issues, especially when I travel. I know I didn't get to sleep all night. I know I could have been dreaming.
Right.
Anyway, I was already a wreck, but I went to my meeting. I was in one of those high-rises downtown all day, and at the end of the day, I went to the elevator, but when it arrived, the elevator was crowded, almost to bursting. I was about to say, well, blast it, I'll figure it out and figure out how to fit in there anyway. I do not want to wait for the next one, but then the face, the driver of the hearse was in there. He peered out at me, stared at me, smiled that skeleton smile at me, and tipped his hat. We are going down, there's room for one more. I just said, no thanks, and the doors closed. The elevator started downward, but then I heard shrieking and screaming. There was this loud clatter, and the elevator crashed to the bottom of the shaft. Everyone aboard was killed.
Oh, heavy.
Yeah, and you thought I wasn't sleeping before. I really am not sleeping now.
Well, you try to get some shut-eye, Joan, my dear girl. Now I think we have time for one more caller before we have to go to another break.